What's up? Justin here. Welcome to 65 Drums, the place to keep on top of all things E-drum related. Hope you guys are all having an awesome day. This is my special 20,000 subscriber video. Now, I wouldn't be making videos if no one subscribed. So the fact that you're here watching the videos when I make them is really, really important. Thank you guys so much for the support, and you're the reason why this channel exists. So on Facebook and on YouTube, I put out a questionnaire asking what you guys want me to talk about in this Ask Me Almost Anything style video. So I'm going to do a studio walk tour here first. I don't know, this is just a basement. That's literally what it is. There's a basement with some instruments in it. But I'm going to give you a walk around behind the scenes of what this place looks like from behind the camera. And also, I'm going to do all the question stuff right after that. All right, so this is where everything happens. This is the basement where I make the videos. So let me talk about the gear I use to actually record the videos first. I've got these two softbox lights up here. I'll actually link all the camera gear I use in the description below if you want to go check it out. But I use these two lights right here to light me from both angles. I've got some lights back there, which I'll talk about in a second. This is one of the newest upgrades to my entire setup. I used to make all my videos on iPhones, and even before that I did it with iPod Touch. And man, the quality of those was okay, but not quite where I wanted it to be. So I recently got this. This is a Canon SL2. This is what I'm looking at whenever I make videos. Hello, how's it going? So I've got this on a tripod I bought from Walmart. This was like, I don't know, 40 bucks. And then I've got this Rode VideoMic Pro down here. This is the newest thing that I've done to my setup. I used to do everything on this lapel microphone that you're listening to right now. The only annoying thing is that I have a cable running to the camera at all times, and I didn't like that. Also, when I switched over to running the microphone into this camera, the preamp in here is kind of noisy, so I needed something to boost the signal. So with this, I can actually crank up the signal. This is just a really nice sounding microphone. I like it a lot. So when I'm making videos, this is my laptop right here that I do all my editing on and I have my notes on. This has a Intel Core i7, and it's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it's got a NVIDIA 1050 Ti inside of it. This is like a refurbished laptop. I spilled coffee on my other laptop, which is almost exactly the same as this one. It was 15 inches across. This is a 17-inch laptop. Spilled coffee on the keyboard. It got down underneath the keyboard and then fried the GTX 1050 Ti. So I still had everything else working, but I couldn't render videos very fast at all. It would take, hours and hours and hours. So that's why I had to get this one. I got this djembe, which I usually have my mouse and my mouse pad on right there. Now, for the longest time, like for years, I was using this chair right here. This was my chair that I always sat in. And then I noticed that, it was getting really ugly. Actually, it was ugly since day one. And yeah, it's just not very nice looking. Also, it would creak if I moved around any. And also, I wasn't really sitting up straight enough. And I don't know, for some reason, I just found that switching over to standard rock and stock drum throne, it just made my life a whole lot easier, and it takes up less space. So anyway, this is my setup for recording videos. One great thing about my current setup is that I no longer have to use this lapel. I've used this for years, since like, 2013 or 2014. And it's just really annoying having this cable, and it also like sticks against your skin and it kind of hurts a little bit. And this just sounds way nicer. I used to have it for a couple of videos after I bought this Rode microphone. I put it on top of the camera, so it was like over there. And the acoustics of this room it's just not very good sounding. But I found, lo and behold, if you get the microphone close enough to your voice, it sounds good. So anyway, let's jump into the questions. Okay, so this first question came to me on Snapchat. If you're not already following me, go follow me on Snapchat. But the first question is, will you ever switch E-drum teams? Maybe Roland to Pearl, Yamaha, later to Alesis? My answer to that is that I'm not really on an electronic drum team. Obviously, I have a ton of Roland gear, but I also have a Cat Percussion KT4 drum set. I have an Alesis sample pad. I've got review units from R Drums and from Joe Becky. But as far as my current setup, what Roland things will I replace eventually? I'll probably be buying ATV cymbals at some point. The ATV cymbals look awesome because you can trigger them all around. The choke strip is also 360. And they're just really nice looking cymbals, and I might actually replace some of these cymbals. For example, I'm thinking about getting an ATV cymbal for my next ride cymbal. Not sure about that yet, but that is one of my thoughts. Also the hi-hat. The VH11's great, but mine, I don't know, it's gotten a lot of use and it's not perfect. I'm thinking about eventually upgrading that to either a VH12 or VH13 or possibly the ATV cymbals. All right, so the next question is, what type of music do you like? So for that question, I'm just going to open up my music library. Paramore, Lecrae, Andy Mineo, Attention by Charlie Puth. Is that his name? I don't know. Audio Slave, Skillet, AC/DC, Avenged Sevenfold, My Chemical Romance, 21 Pilots, Spoken, Breathe Again. I really love that album. More Skillet, Hands Like Houses, Red, Thousand Foot Crunch, Harry Styles, Annika Niles, The Fray, Kirk Franklin, Toby Mac, NF, Donny Hathaway. That was a really good live album. If you're into some funk and stuff from, what was that, the 70s? When was this? Yeah, 1972. That's a really good album. Bob Marley. I heard so much good stuff about Natural Mystic, and I downloaded it, and I was like, is this what it's all about? I don't get it. Maybe it's just because I wasn't born in the 70s. I've been trying to listen to new stuff. I used to just listen to the same 10 albums over and over and over again, but I'm trying to expand my reach and stuff. I found out that I really liked Go-Go Penguin, which is this weird jazz band that you should check out. But yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now. The next question comes from Mr. Eamon the drummer. He asks, what do I do for a living? The answer is I work for a theater, not like a movie theater, but we do musicals and we get concerts in. So I'm the guy on backstage that opens and closes curtains, brings stuff up and down from the ceiling, and then also sometimes I'm the guy that runs the lights. So I press the go button and then all the colors change and everything. So that's what I do for a living right now. The next question comes from Peter Forte. He asks a bunch of different things in his comment. The first one was how you stay motivated. The second question was, how do you come up with all these ideas? Do you have like a list that you go through? I stay motivated mostly by just trying to beat my records on this channel. Because YouTube's, like, if you go into the analytics side of YouTube and you see views and watch time and stuff, it's like a video game. You're constantly trying to beat your best, and it's like a video game where you actually get real life rewards from playing it. If I played Assassin's Creed, they give me points, but they don't actually mean anything in real life. If I get more views on a video, that means more drummers were helped in a decision on what drum set to buy, or maybe they couldn't learn how to use the Roland TD30 module. My video helped them get better results out of it. The second thing that really keeps me motivated is reading comments. Now, the thing about comments is I used to have this goal, this quest to answer every single comment that happened. And I've realized that's actually impossible now. It started to weigh on me psychologically. Like a couple months ago, I just stopped trying to answer every single comment, and it was a big relief for me because now I get so many comments, it's just way too hard to try to answer all of them. Right now, I answer every single message that I get on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, and on email. And that's quite a few messages. But yeah, I really like reading messages. I really like, you know, trying to get more views and stuff. It's a game. YouTube is basically a game, and it's fun to play. And also, I just like talking about drums. I could talk about electronic drums for hours in front of friends, and they would all disown me. But I can talk about electronic drums for hours in front of a camera, and people watch. So it's a lot of fun to do. About the idea thing, that's actually really, really hard. There will be days when I have 5 videos that I just have stacked up that I need to record, that I need to edit, and I need to push out. And then other days, I literally don't have anything I really want to make, and I just have to sit down and just think of ideas. So I'll go to a music store that always instantly gives me at least 2 or 3 videos that I can make just by visiting a music store, playing new stuff I've never played before. Or I've even used like idea generators online. One time it told me that I should make a video about what the Amish won't tell you about electronic drums, something like that. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to get video ideas. Really, the main way to get video ideas is to read the comments. If you guys are asking about it, I should probably make a video on it. Second is to go to music stores and just play everything I can get my hands on. Also, ideas just pop up in my head as I'm walking along. I'll be literally doing something like vacuuming. An idea will pop in my head. I'll stop everything and I'll enter it into Google Keep. Google Keep is like a Post-it note board. It's a special app. It's great. It's free. And so what I do is I write down the video idea inside of Google Keep. And then when I'm ready to write a script, I do that inside of Google Docs. And then that's how I make the videos. The videos that take the longest to make are the versus videos because I put a lot of specs and facts in that video. It's not like this video where I can just talk. I got to do a lot of research for those videos. And then also how famous drummers use electronic drums. I did one video. What video was it? How Rick Allen uses electronic drums. That video has gotten like 30,000 views for some reason, and it took a long time to make. I put a lot of research into that video. Hopefully you could tell from watching it. But those videos, if you don't do enough research, people will call you out in the videos. The way you get enough ideas to make videos is you write down every idea you get, no matter how crappy it is. And then as they stack up and you get like 100 ideas, there's gonna be 5 gems go pick out those 5 gems and make a video about them. Most ideas you get will be really bad, but write all of them down and eventually you'll think of a really good one that you'll want to make right away. This next question comes from Luke Ria, and he asks, why did you choose electronic drums over acoustic, and do you think it's improved your playing in any way? My answer to that is I've chosen electronic drums, and I play acoustic drums too. In fact, I just played them the other day at a church. I like electronic drums because they're just really cool. You can get a professional sound, and it's a lot quieter than acoustic drums. The noise thing was the biggest aspect for me because I played in a lot of rooms that were just kind of small, and I hated having to hold myself back because when you're an acoustic drummer, you got to hold yourself back all the darn time. And I just always liked the idea of electronic drums, all the cool sounds you can get out of them. I liked how I wouldn't have to buy all these different drum mics and nice acoustic paneling just to get a solid recording for a drum cover. I bought an electronic drum set partly just to do drum covers. Now, of course, I'm eventually going to buy another acoustic drum set. I've got one right there behind me. I just don't use it as an acoustic drum set. But as far as improving my playing, I don't think electronic drums improve your playing unless they get you to practice more than you otherwise would have done playing acoustic. This next one comes from Cool Daniel 101. He asks, this is more of a personal question, but what got you into drumming? What/who inspires you to play? Thanks for the consistent, awesome vids. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Daniel. I put a lot of work in the vids, so I'm glad that people are liking it. I don't know. I connected with drumming. I really liked it. Also, I liked how you could just play whatever you wanted. On piano, you have to play the correct chord and stuff. On drumming, you have to play in a boundary. But whatever you do, as long as it's on beat, it usually works, at least in a minimal way. So I like the fact that with drumming, there were no wrong answers, and there was just something in me that really liked drumming. This next question comes from Alex Soto, and he says, how long have you been playing drums, and do you play any other instruments? Thanks. I do play piano tiny bit. I can't say that I'm a keyboard player because I'm not good enough to claim that. I started playing when I was 11. That's when I got my first drum set. Someone actually gave me a drum set. This lady pulled me aside and said, God told me to give you a drum set, so here's my drum set. I'm not kidding. That's how it happened. That's how I got my first drum set. And it was this Sonar Force 2001 behind me right here. Yeah, as far as drumming, I've been drumming since I was 11, and I've been liking it ever since. All right, so those were the YouTube questions you guys sent in. Let's switch over to Facebook and answer the Facebook questions. This video is gonna be long. I've been talking for like 45 minutes now, but I'm gonna cut it down. Believe it or not, sometimes I cut out half the video, sometimes 2/3 of the video. It just depends on how many times I mess up or how many boring things that I say that I gotta cut out of the video. Anyway, moving on to Facebook, we got Gabriel. He asks, how'd you get the idea to create the channel? This channel was like an evolution. I didn't just wake up out of bed one day and think to myself, I will make the largest electronic drum channel ever in the entire history of the world. I didn't think anything like that. That wasn't the idea. My main idea at the time was actually just to make a crap ton of drum covers and become YouTube famous and make a living off of YouTube. That was my idea back then. And then I kept getting copyright strikes. This was back in 2013 when YouTube was really against you using copyrighted music, and every song that you cover is copyrighted. So I kept getting copyright strikes. I think I got one or two, and then I knew I couldn't turn on the ads for the channel, so I couldn't actually make any money off of all the hours of work I was spending making the videos. So for those reasons, I started just making videos where I wasn't doing any copyrighted content. And I'm so glad that happened to me because now I've got an electronic drum channel that's gained some traction because I'm not doing the same thing as every other person on the planet. Maybe I could have gotten 20,000 subscribers doing drum covers, maybe, I don't know. But all I know is that this is working, so people are liking this style of video, so I'm going to keep making these. But talking about when I started the channel, if I look at Social Blade right here, it says that I created the channel on October 16th, 2013, and I didn't really start making electronic drum videos until later after that. That's how long I've been doing videos. Sometime in 2014 is when I started talking about electronic drums. I think I got serious in 2015 at some point, and I started making a lot of videos in 2016 or so, and now the channel has been growing, so really thankful for that. The next question comes from Marios, and he says, how on earth do you have the time to keep up with the demand for content on your channel? How does your average week pan out? The answer is, I still have a full-time job. I work somewhere around 40 hours a week at the musical theater that I work at. So what I do is I just edit and upload videos around when I'm working. So sometimes I'll be at a Starbucks until midnight trying to frantically upload a video and edit and stuff. And then other days I'll have my video done by like 6 o'clock. So it really just depends. I make videos as I can, and I live at coffee shops because the internet in this house is really awful. I kind of live in an out-of-the-way place where I don't get Time Warner, I don't get Spectrum, so I have to go to coffee shops and stuff in order to upload videos, and I also edit while I'm there. I spend a lot of time working on videos because I'm trying to make as many as I can, just because I want the channel to grow, and that's why I've hit 20,000 subscribers. If you're confused why some channels don't grow and others do, it is partly due to dumb luck. You know, a video blows up, but it's also due to how many videos are you making. If you make 3 to 5 videos a week for 2 years in a row, you're going to get a lot of subscribers. If you make one video every other week and then you're wondering why YouTube doesn't like you, it's kind of because you don't make enough videos. One video could take 2 hours to shoot, and then that video could take anywhere from an hour to edit all the way up to, I don't know, 3 hours. And then sometimes I'll spend a bunch of time writing on the script. So the average video just goes up and down how long it takes to make. Some videos, you know, taking work and stuff into consideration, it'll take me 3 days to make a video. Other videos, I'll just, you know, just make it in a couple of hours. Just depends on the video, how hard it is to make, and what my work schedule's like. The next question comes from Glenn, and he wants to know why I call it 65 drums. So back in 2015 or 6, I don't even know when I switched over the name. But I knew I wanted to make a website, and I decided I didn't want to call it Justin Greenawalt because that's my name. Greenawalt has a lot of letters in it. No one can spell it right. And I knew if people were trying to type into the Google search bar Justin Greenawalt, they would inevitably miss one of the A's in my name, and then they might not find my website. So I decided I need a brand name. I need a name. So I decided on the name 65 Drums. I had at least 10 other amazing names that I was going to call this channel. But guess what? Every time I looked up the name, someone had already taken it. So 65 Drums was one of the last resorts where no one had taken the name. But yes, there actually is a meaning to 65 drums. It's the first mention of a percussion instrument in the Bible. It's 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 5. So that's where 65 drums comes from. And finally, the most important question of all, that comes from Hugo. Burgers or pizza, and why? The answer to that has got to be burgers, because I eat so much pizza. I live next to a little pizza place that is famous in our area, and it's a really good pizza place. However, I eat there so much, people are always buying it. I'm eating free pizza all the time. So right now I'm gonna go with burgers. I like burgers. So that's it for the questions. As far as video footage goes, right now I've recorded about 60 to 70 minutes worth of footage. You're probably gonna end up watching, I don't know, 15 minutes of footage, whatever it is I cut it down to. I want to thank you guys for subscribing and watching the videos, because the hard truth is that if no one watched the videos, then I wouldn't make them. In the beginning of a channel, you have to make video after video that get 5 views. That's just the nature of the business. You gotta make videos that no one watches until eventually someone watches. But if I kept going, I've got 307 videos here. If I hadn't gotten any views in that time, I would have stopped making videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. You're the reason why this channel exists. You're the lifeblood of the channel. Thank you guys so much for all you do. And I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I make in the future. I've got plans for more stuff. Keep watching, and I'll see you guys in a few. Thank you so much.